welcome to Josh and Tony Movie Mob. Here we're going to review the 2019 film 1917. I almost said 1920. So the World War I flick, starring people I don't know. So this movie is basically one shot. Like, I mean, it's presented one shot film. You know, like basically you're following these two characters on this journey, and they keep progressing until they get this message across to the front line, who are going to get bombarded by German soldiers. So that's kind of the basic premise. So Tony, what did you think of this movie?
I liked it a lot. It was really engaging, the entire film. Visually, it's fantastic.
That's definitely the best quality of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Visuals.
Yeah, story-wise, it's, you know, I don't know. I don't think it's...
The story's like kind of one note. It's not like... It's kind of hollow. It's like basically what you would like assume you would get out of a war film.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, that's kind of like how the movie is. The visual representation is probably the best part of the whole movie. Mm-hmm. It like felt like I was playing like Battlefield. That's how the game felt. You know, I mean that's in a good way. In a good way. It's not a detriment to it. Yeah, it felt like basically felt like you're with the two characters throughout the whole movie. The progression of the movie, the spectacle of like all these extras going around. You know, that's probably the craziest part to me. Like when they had like literally like a field of like hundreds of extras, and like they had to plan meticulously like where everyone's gonna be, and even like kind of film at certain times of the day because it's all shot outside. I think there's maybe one scene that's indoors. But it's definitely like they planned everything out, and just all the shots were amazing in the set design, and just it felt very authentic, you know. Yeah. Like when I saw the dead dog, I was like, oh no, it made me feel bad because it's like, oh no, the harsh war battle. Yeah. You know. We saw this in a setting where we were served alcohol during the viewing, so that was a different experience. All in all, you know? I've never been to a theater where they serve you beer and food while you're watching a movie. Basically, you write on the card and you prop it up, and they bring you pizza and beer. So that was interesting.
Not gonna lie, it was a little weird, like eating pizza in like a war, in a tense war movie.
You see like, really weird. You see all these rats and everything like that, and like it's just and all these dead, decaying bodies, and you're like eating a pizza in mid scene. You're like, oh, should I be eating right now?
I was definitely minding the crunch in a few scenes. Like, that's really made noise. I was like, can someone shoot someone? Like, I need to eat.
That's the times in this movie when there's like intense battles and everything. That's when you eat. That's when you eat your food, because there's a lot of quiet moments.
Absolutely.
Like there's one moment where the main character, I think William Schofield, he gets knocked out, and like that's when it's like pretty dead silence. So I would avoid eating around then. But maybe like 5 minutes after, that's when there's some action going on.
That right there, like when he gets like knocked out and wakes back up, that's like the best like visual thing I've seen this year in a movie. It was just crazy. The whole city's like on fire.
What was that town called?
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, they say it so many times in the movie. Well, we'll put the trailer here and it'll answer it for us. But no, that was probably the best visuals, is that town itself, and like kind of in the beginning where he's with Blake, the other soldier, when they're in that little like. Not like almost farmhouse, you know, and then that's when the plane's coming down, it's about to crash right into him. Okay, so we're gonna go to spoilers. There you go. Skip to this time code or something to avoid spoilers. All right, you got your warning. Yeah. So Blake is the one who gets information to go, you know, to the first line to stop because the German soldiers know that the first line's going to be attacking at this exact time, and they're planning it, you know, so they basically wipe out their army. So you're following Blake in the beginning, and he's with William, you know, with Schofield, and you kind of I don't know. I was more connected to the Blake character in the beginning of the film. I don't know how you felt.
I definitely felt the same way, and I think it was kind of, I agree.
And then so this is the part I wanted to say that was mentioning spoilers, but right when the plane crashes, they take the German soldier out, and they're trying to save him. His legs are getting burned, and then Schofield's getting like a bucket of water or something, or sees the burns, and this is when Blake gets stabbed right in the guts. So this is when he's just wiped out. He's done. You can see the breath taken out of his body, and that's like the moment in the movie where you're like, oh, you gotta follow William. So he's basically the main protagonist for most of the film. I would say maybe the 1/4 of the film is with Blake, with both of them.
Yeah, that's good.
I found that a little more engaging when it was like the two of them, and like I said, I was more warmed up to the Blake character than William.
Right before, William was like, he was complaining a lot, and he just kind of wanted to stop.
He didn't want any part of it. Well, Blake's brother was part of the first line going into the trenches and everything, so he had more of a mission to tell the army to stop with this forefront with this battle and everything, and he had more of an engagement with that. And William didn't really give a shit. He just wanted to get out of there. And I think like I said, the story isn't really what you go for. It's kind of going for the ride. You're kind of with these two army soldiers throughout the whole movie, and it felt very authentic, all the sets and all the props and everything. And I thought like when they're at that farmhouse, it felt like almost like when they see the cherry trees with all the petals falling, it felt like that could almost be like a mural on your wall, like a painting, oh, I could see that on my wall, until you see a dead dog, and then you're like, oh, I don't want that. But that's definitely the highlight of the whole film. And I know all the marketing was going oh, it's one shot, and you could kind of tell when their cuts are, when they exit a dark room or something. So when the whole screen is black, that's when they could definitely cut the screen right there. But it's hidden enough where average moviegoers definitely wouldn't really notice. But I did, obviously, and obviously when he gets knocked out, but that's kind of a part of the movie. With his progression, he gets knocked out by the bullet, so it kind of makes sense there. But I don't know.
There was one shot I remember that I was like, oh, that's kind of funny. Just him going down the river, and there's just a giant boulder in front of the screen.
Oh yeah, that felt weird too. When he jumped into the river, it looked kind of CGI-ish, and you could tell that's when they basically just did a fade with the water, and then it just showed a different passing of time with another waterway or something like that. You could definitely tell that's where the cut was. There's not really much to say about this movie. It's just go for the ride, and you're kind of in the aspects of war with this one. And it's like I said, the story is very simple. They're basically two characters trying to go to A to B, and then there's this whole vast war going around them, almost like Lord of the Rings. It's these two characters trying to get this thing to this destination to stop this whole full-out war, and it doesn't end. It kind of ends on a bittersweet moment. I'm glad it didn't end oh, the war is over, we won,
exactly.
This cheesy 40s propaganda kind of film.
I thought it ended interestingly because it's not a spectacular. It is you see him running through the field, but once he gets there, it's oh, okay, we'll stop the battle.
Exactly. And you see all these people with their limbs blown off and everything like that. It's just one
thing that I don't know if it I don't know. It didn't really bother me, but it was kind of interesting. In the beginning of the movie, there was a character they met, and he was I forget exactly what he said, but he was kind of echoing the concern, you might get the message there, but some of these generals, they don't care, they just want to see battle. And I was oh, maybe that'll maybe that's important.
Oh, well, they kind of play upon that with Benedict Cumberbatch's character. He's we worked too hard for this war. That doesn't sound anything like him. But he's oh, we got him on the run, and he finally reads the letter. you almost feel like, well, this is a minor nitpick when like Schofield's getting pinned down by the two like officers right at the door,
that's
at the general's door, like he just shakes him off like it's nothing, like no, get off of me. You would think these two army vets, would be able to pin this guy down, but no, he had the will to succeed in the mission. So I don't know. That's just a minor thing, but we're in spoilers. He succeeds at the end, but it's not even about that. It's about the journey. It's not really about the ending and the payoff, and like you learn at the end that he does have a family that he wants to get to, and like if you're really into war films, definitely check this out. Like I said, if you want something that has little heavier in plot, this might be not the movie you're kind of looking for. This movie is basically just all about the journey, and like I said, it feels like you're playing like Battlefield. You're like playing first person, like a video game or something like that, and you're just kind of going for a ride. And like the characters are bland enough. I thought they did this on purpose. I could be wrong, but I feel like the characters were bland enough where you could insert yourself into that situation. Where you could kind of like put yourself into that character, and like it's a blank slate, so you could just kind of be whoever. That can work, and it can like bring it down, because a lot of people get attached to like a lot of character development and everything like that. There's some in this, but not really anything that heavy,
Yeah, I think I don't know. There's like a little bit of a journey with the new main character after
Schofield.
Yeah, with Schofield after like obviously he doesn't care in the beginning, and he's like he's ends the film.
He's invested after his friend dies.
Yeah. I mean, that's like as much you're gonna really get. But other than that,
Right, and I like how he just kind of like gets introduced to these new characters and these new scenarios. Like he's just kind of thrown into it, and like literally, it's like you get the sense of time and like where he is at what moment. It just feels like really linear. It doesn't seem like it really skips like any like time jumps besides when he gets knocked out.
Like a little weird though for me. Like this is like a really really small thing, but like he's on. Like they get picked up in like a truck, and he's like driven, and he's driven like maybe like 3 minutes down the road, and then it's like okay, stop here.
That was true. I didn't really think of that. That's true. He literally could have just walked. I guess they were trying to give him that helping hand or whatever. No, that's true. I didn't really think of that. Yeah.
But like I don't know, it's a technical film, so that's not the point. But
that's
it was a little weird.
Go watch this movie for the technicalities, for like all the choreography and everything like that, and like all the camera movements and everything. That's definitely the best part of it. Go ahead.
Like the idea that like these sets are probably like nowhere near each other, and it's meant to like look like that.
Yeah, that's true. And like I said, they probably had to film at a certain time of the day with like peak sunrise and everything like that. Well, and like high noon probably. So I don't know. I don't really have much other to say, but go watch the film. Let us know what you think down in the comments below. I'd probably give this movie a 7 out of 10. What about you, Tony?
I'd probably go like a little higher. Go an 8. Like it looks. There's some shots that are like breathtaking. But like I don't know. It's held back a little bit because it's not like I don't know.
There's
not much else going
on. It's like a lot of like a lot, not too much substance, but what is there is very very pretty to look at. So go by that recommendation. So we'll catch you at the next Josh Tony movie month.